Jai Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Ram. Hari Om to everybody. Ever since Papa gave us the strong prompting to all of us that we should have a year-long in-depth study of In Quest of God, we have been waiting for that moment. And yesterday, by His bounteous grace, though He created some external hurdles in the form of the pandemic, in the form of certain cancellation of trains, this and that, still He ensured that the program gets commenced with the great blessings of His Holiness Swami Padmanabhanji Maharaj. Yesterday, during the launching time, Puja Swamiji gave us a technique of how to make use of this 1 year. He was trying to go through a couple of words and then to contemplate, do the manana, whatever is necessary. And then a new revelation comes. For example, Swamiji was telling us that there are two types of approaches in adopting sannyas. It has never struck to us. Normally, when a guru feels that somebody should get initiated, he suggests to the disciple, and then after that he is made to go through that initiation ceremony, a new name and an ochre cloth, something like that, all those traditional forms. There, the sadhaka, to intensify his sadhana, the color reminds him of the purpose for which he has taken to this, the necessary vows to remind him that he should not fall back on any of the down-pulling forces, and the vows, and the new name enables him to identify with the vaster field. That is the approach we all know. But when we went through Papa's earlier teaching, and when Puja Swamiji yesterday made it mention, there is a difference between that sannyas and Papa sannyas. Papa had already realized the indwelling and all-pervading reality, and also firmly fixed in the truth that it is He who is behind every thought, every word, every deed. And it was He who made him to take the leap, cutting off the earlier encumbrances or bondages. There's a difference in approach. So that means, even when we are in this present field, if we intensely try to get clarity on the goal to be reached, coupled with our sincere and earnest efforts, and most important, relying on God within, not on any other external factors, one has reached the goal. And the other one, somebody asked him, why did you do that? God wanted him to do. In one of his talks, if you go through Swami Ramdas's talk, in that book you will find talks of Swami Ramdas. Why did he adopt? Then God whispered to him, as if, I want you to go and tell everybody that they need not renounce all these things. For that purpose I made you to do that. To take up the trip, he has to have this background. That is why when he came back in the 37th chapter, you will find the last chapter, he ends where Siddhartha Swami asked him to go along with his Purashram wife. You see that? It's a new dimension Puja Swamiji has given yesterday. The more we think about it, normally we say sannyas, sannyas, sannyas. We have got a concept about sannyas. So here we find a not together different approach to the word sannyas. So when we say during this centenary year, we are going to make an in-depth study as a part of our homage to Param Puja Papa for all that he has given, for all that he has been giving to us. We should know this. So this is how we start. He gave us 2-3 examples like that. And you all, those who have heard, you will not forget that bird's analogy, parrot's analogy. Because we all fall under that category, We hear everything. The parrot keeps on telling, you make me free, He says to Lord, you make me free. I am bound by this. And ultimately, the person opens the cage. It goes out, but it comes back again to the same cage. So we fall under that category. We have heard so much. We have attended Ramnam. We do Ramnam. We meet saints. We happen to hear discourses. We do a little bit of manana and studies also. Everything is okay. We try to lead a value-based life. Not on a deeper level. At the surface level. But when it affects the me and mine, we are back again to the cage. So we watch ourselves, yes. So actually Puja Swamiji was demonstrating to us as to how we should take up this journey. It is not merely doing the text. Beyond the text. And we try to put our life before it and try to compare. So from first, second and third combined, we would say. After that, every chapter has got an anecdote to convey the sublime, profound idea in a small, simple anecdote. So that it's easy for us to understand and then close that chapter, place our life. Then only the year-long in-depth study. And when we complete this, new ideas, new dimensions will emerge. Because we are not relying on Papa's book. We are not relying on any outside factor. We are trying to concentrate more and more on the experiences which God gave us. God made us to conceive the idea. God made us to form certain rights and wrongs, certain likes and dislikes, preferences and priorities, and now we know whether it was all right, whether it was not all right, whether it was enabling us to move toward the goal or whether it was pulling down us away from the goal. Every chapter should enable us to do that. And constant remembrance, You remember Puja Swamiji was telling about Martin. Anybody can easily connect. When Papa says, behold divinity in every aspect of this world Leela, verily it is He who is at play in all beings and creatures. Nice to hear. But when we hear this anecdote, I hope you all remember. God from inside called Martin, Martin. Where is he? He was looking at. Who are you? I am God talking to you. I will come to you tomorrow. So next day, there was a humble devotee, sincere devotee. So he was keeping himself ready mentally to receive him. And the three persons, how they came one by one. The clear-cut message Puja Swami yesterday gave us. We look at it, we are all devotees, no doubt. We are all aspirants, we are all devotees. We hear so many things. Even if God talks to us intuitively, we may register it as an intuition, but when we come to the actual practical level, we see them only as individuals. Individuals, objects, situations. Bereft of God thought. Same thing happens to all of us. So that through that anecdote, Puja Swamiji was trying to tell us, we should be able to bring in that dimension, though not now, at least in the earliest possible time. So next day when we complain, you said did I not come there? And when I came, you received with all love. You had, you provided this, you provided that. Suddenly he realizes, he gave us a field, he gave us the necessary prompting, positive prompting, and he made us to feel content with that. But still, because the God dimension was not explicit in his mind, he felt still he has not visited. So this is something on which we have to do some subtle thinking. Everywhere I should see that means I should not superimpose the God dimension on something else. I must be able to accept everything as they are. At that moment itself we should be able to feel that. Oh, you have come in this form. When Puja Mataji or Puja Swami Sachidanand, when they were telling, this is also Papa. And Swamiji said, this is also God. This is the water I'm drinking is God. He used to bluntly say like that, return like that. Mataji used to say, this is also Papa, this is also Papa, this is also Papa. We were unable to understand. That means even at the time of reacting to events and individuals through objects, emotions, thoughts, objects, situations, they were able to maintain that. So here is something, but did I? So we also have been blessed with many occasions when he made us to feel of his helping us. He made us to feel of his guidance. He made us to feel something which we cannot explain, an inexplicable, pleasant feeling in our heart. At times he made us to feel full, complete. But after some time we feel, no, we are back again. Because there we wanted, our mind is trained, right from beginning, to superimpose the God dimension on objects. Whereas we have to accept it as God's creation and God's manifestation. We remember Vinobaji, he said the anger of the angry man, the love of the lover, the industriousness of an active person. All these are manifestations of the same. Apparently, it doesn't go together. So when we start thinking about it, that means, we are not superimposing. God dimension means this. No. One of the clues which Swamiji gave us yesterday at the time of launching it, the program, it made us to think and this is how we should be able to take it out. Let us not think that for God to enter into my this thing, I must have this, I must have that. A clear-cut definition. Unknowingly we want to superimpose. When you say God dimension, God dimension, God dimension. So the in-depth study of Inquest of God should enable us to have this light, this clarity in our mind. With that clarity, when we go through, then we saw, Papa was not doing God in any other form. In all anecdotes, suppose we start seeing this in this view, he was restful, he was always, maintaining the same equanimity. The graph was not going up and down. There was no negative side to anything, everything positive, because everything comes from the same source. Whether the teacher, the ticketing inspector asked him to get down, or when he was in some other place, he was about to get down and he said, "This is not for you, you can sit down." When in the tram, he was asked to get down, and he was about to get down. Finally, when people are requested him, okay, but when his boss came, ticket examiner was the conductor. When he came and checked up, he said, "No, you cannot travel." Then as he was about to, it was a test. Then again he said, "No, sit down." There was no grumbling, there was no complaint, there was no compliment, and always he was okay. There must be some purpose behind it, which our puny intellect should not judge. Our puny intellect may rush with its own judgment, which is called grumblings and complaints. But it is kept at rest, accepting everything as they are, as they come. So yesterday we had the clue, as to how we should move forward. So let us all begin that, and a few words about it. So while reading and attempting to plumb deep, it would be better to parade before our own mental vision the various experiences he has made us to go through. This requires a little bit of withdrawal from the usual run of life. So during the day also we will try. The anger of the angry man, the love of the lover, the agony of the sufferer, the happiness of the happy one, the drowsiness of the idler, the drowsiness of the idler, the activity of the industrious man, all these are manifestations of one and the same cosmic energy. If this gets imprinted, stamped on our heart, what would be the result? Grumblings and complaints will not be there. Because Vinobaji says, an artist paints a variety of pictures on the same type of canvas with the same brush. A sitarist creates different ragas out of the same 7 notes. In literature, a variety of thoughts, ideas and feelings are expressed through the letters of the alphabet. This is a simple thing, but we forget. Love, simple letters, innocent letters. But when it joined together, what does it invoke? Crul, simple letters. But when they are joined together, do we recognize the innocence of the letters, which is the base for the expression? Yeah. Right? Well, no. Bad word, you know. There is not, you just start thinking about it. Whenever we use a language, the A to Z simple letters, which are innocent. By itself, it does not produce anything, excepting that it is a letter. But when the joint letters come, it evokes different reactions from us. Okay, that is okay. That is how we convey so many things. But as a spiritual aspirant, as a bhakta, we try to see the creator, we try to see the substratum, we try to see the base from which these different types of emotions have come. Then we try to understand that they are simple, innocent letters, which you can use it for any purpose, you know. You name it as positive, you name it as negative. Even that word, P-O-S-I-T-E, and N-E-G-A-T-I-V, simple letters. But what does it evoke in us? A different types of. This is what exactly spirituality teaches us. A combination of words, though it evokes different types of responses in our heart, I will not be carried away by it, I will not get prejudiced about it, provided I know that the base is nothing but the innocent, pure, simple letters. So he says, same is the case with the creation. We find in it innumerable objects and propensities, but all of them are products of only two things, the eternal self and the eightfold Prakriti. Different pictures drawn by the same artist with the same brush on the same canvas evoke different feelings. Therein lies the skill of the artist. The artist and the sitarist have such a skill in their fingers that they make you laugh or cry. In their fingers lies the magical power. When we take up in question God, how is it that Papa was able to receive everything in a positive way, to accept every situation as ordained by him? And if we try to bring in this simple letter and its combination, no doubt there is a apparently not comfortable situations. But Papa was able to see the innocence of the letters behind it, not on the combined words expression. When he was asked to get down at Rameshwaram, when the two boys made some comment about him, when the TTR asked, when God is in, why should you go out? When another TT to harass the ticketless travelers, when he was manhandling him. During all these chapters we will find Papa always tries to bring that is he, the innocent letter that we should remember. So this is how our year-long journey starts. Yesterday night when we were thinking deeply about it, the Papa had given us a clue now. How do we start from chapter to chapter? So Pujya Swamiji gave us the technique. You read, pause for a moment, go within, find out what is the message he wants to convey, and proportionate to the earnestness and sincerity we have towards this objective, we will find the answers, a new revelation. And that will be related to our experience. Then only it becomes ours. Because now in a flashback we can see that, no? Any other anecdote Puja Swamiji yesterday shared, you remember? These two everybody will remember. That Pakshi, no? That parrot and martin. Anything else?
How many? In God's of God, whatever we face, any other, we have to think God and we have to talk, we have to go and deep now.
No, yesterday, when Swami...
Shivlinga, the dew drop, the child thinks it is Shiva. Linga.
No, 1 minute. Let us try to get it again, refreshed. They were trying to collect flowers, for the puja. And the father was waiting for the flowers. He was not seen. So when he went in search of that, he saw the boys standing close with his eyes and standing before the tree or the plant. So he has been collecting the flowers with that attitude. That is a clue given. This is for offering to him. This is for offering to him. This is for offering to him. So that was slowly encompassing him. The entire mind space was slowly getting filled up with that, with nothing else. So one day at a point in time when he went there and when he closed his eyes, he could see only God. If I am offering the flowers to him, where from the flowers came, that also was given by him. So many things we can add. So the more we keep on thinking on those lines, Swamiji through that anecdote assures us that if when we keep on practicing this sincerely, with the right attitude, God in His own will pave the way for the realization. The boy had simple, innocent faith, and with all love and dedication, he was collecting the flowers and keeping it there. And that made him. These are all the things we know. We also do. We have right from childhood. We used to go, after we take our bath and before we go for food, mother will ask us to go to the puja room and offer prayers. We take vibhuti or chandan and apply it, and then do namaskar and have some prayers and slokas. And we feel satisfied and then come for food and then take our tiffin box and leave for the school. That practice, of pouring into our subservience to a higher power. We may not be able to talk so many philosophies or this thing, but simple thing, simple feeling that there is a power beyond our body, mind, intellect. There is some power to whom we can always pray for. Might be we would have been praying for our material benefits, to get good marks in our exams, something like that. Or in a sports, I should become number one, something like that. 80 plus I should get something like that. Doesn't matter. We have started recognizing that there is a higher power behind. But now we look back. We did not question when mother said, when father said. When they could do puja, we sit with them and watch. So a simple, innocent faith. And when we look back to Papa's life, we find he did not ask anybody anything, any question. Whenever he was taking into any Swadhyaya exercise, it was not a reading of what we used to say a reading. It was reading, recollecting, contemplating. Puja Swamiji made 3, you remember? No. 3. That is Manana Nididhyasa. Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasa. So when we go through that, this also should come back to us. If we stop with Shravanam, all these years, for 60, 70 years, you must have been reading this. We have been hearing this. The other two parts we would not have given importance. Now we have been asked this 1 year. Not only hearing, not only reading, but we will also try to take up this Manana and Nididhyasa. We will not stop with Shravana only or reading only. Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasa. So many clues Pujya Swamiji has given us yesterday. One by one, suppose when we try, that will help us. That is the torchlight, with which we enter into this chamber.
Swamiji, also the prayer being heard.
Sincere
Good.
prayer.
Very, very. In many cases, he said in the second chapter, we all pray, nothing happens. We never feel that the prayer has been heard by him. Suppose, our prayer is answered in some other form, we don't bring his dimension. We pray, no doubt. With all sincerity we pray. But the moment it happens, we attribute it to that individual or to ourselves. Unknowingly, That is because the me and mine is so strong, we are unable to hear. Not that he is not answering. So we look back to our own life and see, whenever we were crushed with, cornered, with trying moments, trying stressful period, all of us must have prayed deeply to our own Ishtadevata, our Guru, and we must have received a response in some form or other, either in the form of a cushioning, either in the form of a direct answer to our prayer, or a little cushioning, or he would have given us the enduring capacity to bear everything bravely. Something must have happened. But we never attributed to him. Though we prayed. So yesterday Swami was making a mention about the second chapter itself, you say the prayer was heard.
Only one
Huh?
prayer. Only prayer.
Only prayer. Thy says only prayer.
Only exclusiveness. The prayer should be exclusive. Prayer should be exclusive. The one and only prayer. All other prayers, unknowingly, it doesn't give us the feeling that he has heard our prayer. But this one, we will know that he has heard the prayer. Yeah, this is also another clue.
Swamiji, one question, what is the difference between definition of sannyasi and
I will tell you.
Swamiji?
I told you yesterday, in this, we are tell you. We are trying to understand what Swamiji has yesterday shared with us. We are not trying to give our own ideas. We are trying to, for the benefit of those who have not had the privilege of hearing Swamiji's lecture, we are going through a recap so that, it will get strengthened, concretized in our heart. That will help us to go further with the remaining chapters. So, Martin, parrot, prayer, hearing the prayer, and then the boys.
Shivlinga.
Anything else? Huh?
Bhartiyar's song, that Kaka.
Kakai Charaganile. Kakai Charaganile, That means behold divinity in every aspect. Normally we see only the Kakai. But he wanted us to direct our attention to everything. That means God provides us guidance through composition of bhajans, songs, slokas by so many evolved souls for directing us towards Him. We enjoy the bhajan and then we enjoy that music, the tune, everything. We have great reverence for the composer. But the cream is there in everybody. He was able to realize that. So in every chapter, in every moment, we should be able to look. Not merely the kakai, but the wings of the kakai, crow. Good. So fifth. Then anything else? Today being the first day of the centenary year, we are making an effort, without the support of any text. We are trying to dig out from our own inner chambers. Anything else?
Sunlight, seven colors. Sunlight in green.
Sunlight, 7 colors.
Did you say?
I don't remember.
Swamiji, example of Ayodhya.
Ayodhya.
That the same soil gives different plants.
Ayodhya one. Did he yesterday make a mention about it?
That was day before.
Eh?
I think it was day before.
I think day for yesterday. Anyway, it can be plumbed deep with that Ayodhya one. What we are seeing in Ayodhya one, same soil,
Swamiji, that sannyas.
same sun, same water, same air, same Shruti, but we get different types, Eh?
Same water, Swamiji.
Same water.
Same water. So we get different types. Yesterday we saw that, or today when we go there we can see them. All the inputs are same, but output is different. Varied manifestations. In each and every seed, he is lying down and not apparent. Rich potentiality. The spiciness of the chili, the sweetness of the sugar cane, the sourness of the tomato or Karela, the bitterness of the Karela. Like that you start thinking, all inputs are same, but he brings something else on which we have absolutely no control. Absolutely no control. So we meet with different types of the same thing, the anger of the angry man. Same idea. So I think we have made a good beginning yesterday.
Swamiji, Papa left after feeling the presence of God everywhere.
No,
That is over.
That is
First.
two types of sannyasi.
Vidvat.
When we go through the biographical sketches of many masters, we find somebody might have officially adopted, somebody would not have. But Ramana Bhagavan did not do anything now. He simply sat, realized. At the start itself, he has finished. Bhagavan Ramakrishna Paramahamsa also did not go through all these things, But he is still a source of inspiration to many sannyasis. He was not a sannyasi in the normal parlance, we understand a sannyasi. Tapovanji Maharaj, after completing all his worldly duties, he was in Palghat, Chippukutti Nayak. Then when he went Himalayas, then he did not return back. He stayed there. And he is a source of inspiration for many Chimyandaji, for example. Like that, there will be many, 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 many. So we are trying to understand that. So what is needed is our own commitment toward the ideal. 100% commitment toward the ideal. Exclusiveness toward the ideal. This is a strong message in Quest of God gives us. Very strong message. And relying on the indwelling spirit. Unknowingly, unwittingly, all of us have been looking up to outer factors for our questions. We should know the question is also given by Him so that we will be able to plumb deep within. When we use these clothes, we transact with the world outside. It is likely to get attract dirt, both inside and outside. And then we wash. And then we use. Every day we have been asked. We use the plates, we use the spoon, we use the utensils. Same thing again, we wash. Otherwise we cannot use it, So this should be, so long as we are interacting with the world outside from the level of a sense of individuality, these are things bound to happen. So we should keep on trying, doing the whole process again and again and again and again. Every day we brush the teeth, Every day we take the bath. So there should be a repetitive performance so that it becomes a culture, it becomes sahaj, it becomes a natural thing in us. So these 12 months, we are praying to Him. You please give us the same tempo. So that it doesn't get it does not get punctured. The same tempo has to be maintained, for which His unbounded grace is essential. So somehow we have to keep on praying through Ram Nam. Give us the same tempo, same spirit, same. So that we will be able to get more and more clarity and understand the real meaning of in quest of God. First of all, I should know whether I am in quest. So this will give us the real meaning, whether I am really in quest of God. Forget about the text. Forget about Papa's role. Am I really in quest of God? If I have to get the answer for this, I must do it with all enthusiasm, with all the earnestness throughout this. So the broad idea Papa has given us is, every week, starting from 2nd January, Sunday, every Sunday, at about 9 o'clock, 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock, there will be a 10 minutes video. Touching some aspects. It is to be not to be fully relied upon, just to keep the tempo alive in us. He has prompted, or He prompts us to dwell upon certain clues. The rest of the things, 99% we have to do it by ourselves. So that will go on for the next, how many weeks? 52 weeks, okay. 10 minutes or 5 minutes or 6 minutes, something like that. Certain chapters will be very small, so it will be 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes. And friends who are unable to follow English may kindly take up the translation work and share with the co-bhaktas and sadhakas in their own language. We are all trying to pool our entire efforts on this, somehow to eke out the maximum benefit from the classic In Quest of God. So that something of which, Papa No, we will not be able to reach Papa. Something of which, Sarpam Apyasya Dharmasya, in Bhagavad Gita it says, even if a little, that will be alright. So we want something of it. So that by the time we reach 27th December 1922, there will be a palpable change in our behavior towards men and matters. This is our prayer. These words you have given us to say, but you should bless us to keep up the same tempo and carry on with this wonderful journey which you have prompted us to take. Hari Om. Sridharji?
Sridharan, vital Sridhar uncle.
Sridharanji? They wanted the 7/6/45. Swamiji is coming here now.
He's coming now.
No, Swamiji has some program here, so that's why we are closing it at 6:45. Here, there. Okay. So till Swamiji comes, we will have Ram. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai 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 Ram Om Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Ram Om Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Ram
Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram
Om Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram
Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram
Om Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram
Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram
Om Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om